Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Brooks, and I want to share with you how we make predictions. Predictions. What is a prediction, Miss Brooks? A prediction is we are trying to figure out what's going to happen, but we don't really know because when it comes to our books and stories, we haven't read it yet. And until we read it, we don't really know. But it's fine to take a look and make a prediction about a book before you read it. So, making a prediction might help you decide if you want to read the book. So, there's lots of reasons for good reasons for knowing how to make a prediction. So, when we're making a prediction, we want to look at a book and we're going to look at the pictures of the book and the cover and the title of the book, but we don't read all the words. We just take a picture walk. Let's go on a picture walk with the book Suki's Kimono. We're going to pretend we haven't read this book already because after we make predictions, we're also going to learn how to confirm our predictions. And by confirming, that means we're going to go back and make sure what we thought the book was going to be about is really what the book was about. And even if we're wrong, it's okay. We're going to learn in this journey together. Making predictions. So the title of this book is Suki's Kimono. We read it last week. And the first thing in a prediction you want to think about is the character. And that's what my anchor chart here says. Make predictions. And I have two eyes because you're going to use your eyes a lot in this lesson. I predict. I predict that the main character is. And why? So I put the word because. And here's where I'll put my reasons that I see it on the pages of the book. So first, I look at the book, and I'll pretend we've already walked through the book for our picture walk. We know how to do a picture walk. It's when we turn the pages and we look at each page of the book. Well, after looking through the pages of Suki's Kimono, I predict that Suki is the main character of this story. So on my post-it note, I'm going to write Suki's name because I feel that Suki is the central character of this story. The next thing on my picture walk is setting. I predict that the setting of this story is taking place in Suki's neighborhood. And maybe there's lots of Japanese families that live in this neighborhood because I see lots of wonderful Japanese family and friends. And I also see their Japanese culture displayed, like the kites and the special Japanese dance that they're doing. So I'm going to think the setting is maybe at Suki's home in her neighborhood. Some neighborhoods have, like street festivals or block parties and gatherings. So I'm thinking maybe that's it. It also looks like it could be a parade. So I don't know for sure, but I'm making a prediction. After I read the book, I'll be able to confirm. And so my reason that I think it's Suki's home is because of the things I saw on the picture walk. I saw her house. I saw her family and friends. So that'll be in my because section. And on this part for character, I thought Suki was the main character because she is on the cover of the book. She's the only character. So I'm pretty certain she's going to be the main, and her name is in the title. I'm pretty sure she's Suki. So I'm going to go with that. Because she's on the cover, Suki is the main character. Okay. Lastly, I feel like the problem and solution of the book are going to be somewhere embedded in the text, the words. But by doing the picture walk, I can see that the problem may be happening in the beginning. And I know this because when I'm looking at sequence of the story or my plot, I know that the problem usually happens in the middle of the story. So I'm going to look for the picture clues in the beginning of the story. And then when I get to the middle, the words are going to explain. So let's see. In the beginning, it looks like the family is very happy, getting along together. See the sisters there? They're happy and smiling. And then they walk outside and they see the dancing. Maybe this is happening. And then they're walking to school. So now I'm in the middle of the book. I'm on page 11, and there's only about 20 pages. So I'm halfway there. And I see the sisters are not smiling. And little Suki is waving bye-bye. And she's kind of getting left behind. They're not really waiting for her. So maybe that's the problem. The sisters are not waiting for Suki. Maybe they're not being nice to Suki on this day. So I'm going to say the sisters are not nice. That's probably the problem. And the reason I say that is because they were not walking together with their little sister. And I know that when I walk together with my family, I always try to keep my kids close to me or I have a younger sister and I used to have to keep her close and my younger brother. So the sisters were leaving her. We saw that picture. They're leaving Suki behind. Now for the solution. The solution to the story. That's going to be really hard. But I know where to find the solution because whenever I'm studying plot, I've already learned that the solution of the story is always going to be revealed at the end. So when I go to the end of the story, she looks pretty happy at the end. She's dancing and everyone's watching. Yeah, and then they even clap at the end. So I guess the solution is that Suki does a special dance. And everyone loves it. That's how I know. Okay, so now let's go back. When I'm making a prediction about a story I haven't read, like Suki's Kimono, some of us have read the book, but I thought I would choose one that we read just so we could get an idea of what Mrs. Brooks is actually teaching us in our lesson today. And so I predict that in Suki's Kimono, the main character is Suki because Suki's picture is on the cover of the book. I predict that the setting of this story is in Suki's home because there are pictures of her house and her family at the beginning of the book. That's where we find our setting at the beginning of the story. I predict that the problem of this story is that the sisters are not nice. Maybe just people are not nice to Suki today. And that because they are leaving her behind. And then the solution. I'm predicting that the solution is that Suki is going to do a special dance, and that is because I see that everyone is happy and loves her at the end of the story, unlike the beginning when they were not nice. That's my prediction. Why don't you give it a try?